All right.
Koncentrerad saft som toppas av med is. Den smakar lite som bensin och krossad medicin. Men gud vad den ger tusen när man smakar lite vin. Allt är kokonat så tar vi någonstans där du inte kan hitta oss. En kokonat drink i handen för Playa del Carmen i Mexiko. Vi går koko i loco kompis, vi sitter en chans att du missat oss. Hoppa en röstning och mitt kanot. Och säg till din mamma och ringa oss.
Brukar lämna sista blåset. Nya röken fetas blir kasta sista från balkongen. Gjorde gröt av några diskon. Vi bäst på tråden dino. Vi tar över hela världen om vi ger det lite dino. Inga vanliga banditer, vilken fucking top tier. Om det är någon där som sa något, get the fuck up out of here. Bara löv, inga problem. Låt oss studsa, ta en er. Låt oss slicka på en lapp i någon mysig atelier.
Ah, I didn't mean to do that. Morning, Aduk. What is up? So I start by just making a little to-do list of little bitty shit things that I want to toy around with at some point. I fell through. Some other things I noticed that we want to fix is like yeah, so we have like a list of smaller things to start with. I was thinking just not to take all the big stuff, and let's see if I can have this list to I just check off shit from. Oh, here's another one. There's like a million little things. I was thinking last night I was doing the water thing and I toyed around with the shaders. You can see it's slightly different now. Water looks a little bit better. But I noticed that the waves did not sync up with the waves on the sides here. Like this little glow line comes from one shader, and this really bright glow thing comes from another shader, and they just don't line up, and I don't know why. I tried a million things. Usually it's like it starts out okay and then it stops being okay. I don't know. So let's just make a little list and see what we can do. I think I improved the look of the water quite significantly last night when I was just toying around. It's a bunch of repetition. We're not gonna make any value judgments on any of these. It's just gonna be like write down what we see, and then we can make things of that. Model on the fast skulls. They're not distinct enough. The fast skulls. I think now you do see the. Yeah. Cool. There's some sea fighting on some. I also know that there is like missing whatever that's called, like the two surface expansion on some modules. I don't know why that is, but sometimes it's missing some. Yeah, this one for example, like the big. It's not the. It's just the. Whatever. Did we just kill? No. What else do we see here that we want to fix? One thing I've noted before is want benchmark setup. So we can like just press a button and see if wrong button. We gotta figure out some freaking music too. You can count on me, you can count on me, you can count on me, baby. UNFD streaming? Let's try. See, there is one of those where transparent objects do not look... You can't see transparent objects through the thing. Late. There was a thing that we need to fix. The flower death effect we need to fix. I think we also don't really have a good death effect on that. Soon we have enough, so we don't have to like... We don't have to find every single thing, but these are things that needs to be fixed. It's good to have things to do when you don't want to tackle bigger things. This is my like almost like a rainy day. When I don't feel inspired, I can just look to this list and fix something and get excited. One thing I want to do is like avatarize. This may be a bigger thing. All enemies. That means single sub object for all visuals. So that I can easily do remove mesh effects, build upon avatars and single shader. So one thing I want to do is like when you kill an enemy, I just have an effect right now at the best of times. If you look at devil daggers, it's so clear that someone dies because they stay around as a transparent red thing. Yo Matthew, what's up? Joker Val, what's up? I've been working on this for a couple of months now. We started on a very different project in like August in Unity, and then the Unity thing happened in September, mid-September, and then we switched over here, and by that time the game was sort of an FPS already in Unity, however not at all like this. So it's been in the making for, I don't know, a couple of months. Almost dead. Comes. Those are the freezers. No hit or death effects. Freezers should damage player. Impact. Freezer. Beam. Impact effect maybe. Yo, Renroz, what's up? Reminds you of Devil Daggers. Absolutely, yeah. It's one of the main inspirations. I'm not trying to... Well... That's not something I'm trying to hide. It's got a lot of skulls in there. It used to be a lot more like Devil Daggers, but I think we have found some pretty decent differentiation now. I mean, there's a lot of things in here that that are not from Devil Daggers. It's mostly like things are made of skulls now, and it's a pretty fast thing. Yeah, we made that mechanic yesterday, Renaros, with the floor being... it's actually ice that gets created by the freezer enemies. And its mechanics are supposed to stop you from being so reliant on rail. I think it's worked. It stops you from going underneath, and then it could also stop you from going to the other side. It's not fully featured yet. We did it literally yesterday. You can like ground stomp through, or you can shoot it, and it spreads. And I think it looks pretty cool. I see it like in this. But there's also weirdness going on with transparent objects towards the background, right? I think that has to do with something. Oh, there is a bug with them. Freezers do not continue spreading from... I don't know how this works. See if we can figure it out from here. I think if you like break it... Oh, that works. I ended up in a way with something that's yesterday when I played, where they stopped being able to spread, but maybe I fixed it. Let's remove that until we see it again. Oh, ground stomp effects. Ground stomp to kill enemies. Just gonna put it in there. Oh, and also Joker. Yes, game dev is my main job. I've been doing game dev since, as like the majority of my time, since 2016, 2017. Then I've been sometimes doing some contract work. But yeah, it's my main thing. I currently do a little bit of contract work because money is nice to have sometimes. My first game, Hellas of the Demons, seems to have it didn't do super well or anything, but for some reason, like a couple of deals, like we had it on Epic and we had it on as a physical release in the beginning of the year. Was it late last year? I don't remember. Along with a few other things have like carried me. Oh, thank you, Namida. What's up? Currently freelancing on a UE project. Oh, nice. So we have a long list of things to do. Shall we stop looking for things to do and just do a few of them? Some might be like low-hanging fruit or something. I don't know. Some might be more involved. Let's do like something that seems easy at least to start with, and then maybe we'll tackle something else. There's some of them that are gonna lead into stuff like the preview or review system, where you can see others' runs. That's gonna be, I think, a bit out of, well, so make the arena and ocean smaller. That would be nice. Let's just start from the top, why not? So I currently have the surface top and bottom being why does it do that? Cylinders, and they are just scaled in the way they are. 75 is the radius of the thing, and 50 is the height. I think if we put in 100, wait, that's broken. Let's do it here. 100 instead. Might be enough. And then I was thinking, like, what if you could control this with one value, and we have radius here. Why don't we also have ocean radius, and then we can work around that. I've done this in a weird way where I put like gen in front of some things to be able to trigger a regeneration. Do I really need that? I don't know. I feel like I don't know, it feels like maybe that should be on some other object. We have like ocean surface here. It's like a bit spread out, where couldn't ocean surface have the surface stuff? There's like a whole bunch of things. Would it make sense to move some stuff, like the script? What do I reference in here? Here we got like the radius and stuff. Let's do this. Let's just, the only thing the level generator is changing the ocean radius is doing this to start with. Ocean surface radius. The value that's gonna come out, and then ocean surface set radius or something. So we have a way to trigger that. Like that. And then we don't really need to keep track of the ocean radius in here. Then we'll do the logic in here. Somewhere. Maybe like here. I guess it is set radius. What did I call it? Set radius? And the first thing we do, we just set the radius. And then we're gonna have a reference to all these different things. And you just grab like this collision shape we want to modify, right? This collision shape we want to modify. Let's call it like below collision shape. Joe Jamses. Jam says, have you used the tool annotations in Godot? I do. I do it on this script, in fact. Why did Karen press Control Alt Delete? Because you wanted to see the task manager. Yeah. Obviously. Cool. So we want to set that, and then we need all these references. So let's call this like above collision shape. I think it would be nice to call this below and above. But I wonder if these are I wonder if these are referenced somewhere, and especially these I think we have references to, but it might just be the nodes, which is nice. That would be it. What is this? Bullet collider? I don't even know what that is. How big is this? 200 meters? The bullet collider is, I guess, the thing that does the ground. So bullets can't go through the ground. Can we disable this and see if that's true? You can also see what breaks, I think. Unclear. I don't think it matters. Let's remove everything that doesn't matter. We'll see. Jam says, I'm developing a tool for my level generation. I'm having a hard time figuring out how to make script run on command from the interface. Right now I'm toggling a boolean. I don't like that. Is there a way to add a button in the Godot interface? Or should I stick with the system I have? I know exactly what you're talking about. I use the same method. So in my level generator I have these like bools that I toggle. Oh no, did that... Oh, it didn't. But I do that. Which is not the best. There is somewhere out there. I can see if I can find it. There is a Godot tool button. It's a proposal. No, I can show you the way that I do the boolean thing. Add a way to export clickable buttons in the inspector. And there is another one in here if you want to take a look at these. Sister proposal to the previous one, I think. No? That's not it. But yeah, keep track of these PRs. Hoochie Mama! What's up? So, So check this out. This is how I handle it. On your bool, you can make the bool a getter with a setter. So for example, I use it for my ints when I change the seed. For example, on the level generator, when I change the seed, I do like, I click, and it takes a little while now for this to regenerate because of some reason that I don't. It didn't used to be this slow. But I guess I've added a bunch of things. Yeah, so that works, or I can like clean things up or regenerate. And if you want to, you can use this style. Let's say we have the cleanup button here. This is how I do it. So I have a bool that's a getter and a setter. So get just returns false always, and then set will run a function if it's in the editor, which could be any function. Yeah. It's not as nice as Unity's like on validate thing. I think there's a way to get around this, but yeah. That's what I do at least. So it did seem like the game was actually running with these changes, so let's see if we can do the things with the radius. So below and above we need surface above and below. I wonder if this should be called, if the prefix should always be like above and then below, or above and then surface, below collision shape. We do like that one, that one, that one, that one. I think that's all. Just drop them in here somewhere where it makes sense. Ocean surface. Come on. There we go. Now what I really want is this, but I don't think... Yeah, I can't drag that part in there. I just have to assume it's a cylinder shape in those. So do like above collision shape as cylinder shape 3D. Radius is gonna be R. And I'm gonna do the same for below, and then we're gonna do the same sort of for above. Surface, we're gonna set the scale to a vector 3 that's R 100 R. We probably want to set the height. On this. Oh, I forgot to bar. So the above cylinder is R. Height is gonna be 100. We just set that for these. Oh. Lowercase r. You know what? This is not right either, because this is going to be the inside surface. No, I have two surfaces for the water. The thing you see from the outside and the thing you see from the inside. So let's call one outside cylinder, one inside cylinder instead. Outside cylinder, inside. Get rid of these. I think that should work. I think we have everything. Yeah, they should. Or we should, because it's open source. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, someone asked what the status of the thing is. Copy this. Which I don't know what the best grouping there would be, but okay, so now we have something. Did we update those? Yes, cylinders. And if we go to, I think we can either no, we gotta change it here in the level generator for it to update. No, invalid get index shape on base nil. Because onReady hasn't run yet for this. Hello, cat. Did you find your straw? I think it will run again if we just reload the scene. So toolscript's onReady function doesn't. We'll see. Radius? Oh. That's the wrong radius. I used the wrong radius. Let's do 60 on this and 50 on the other one. Wow, that's so laggy now. I want to figure out what that is that takes so much longer. Oh, also the ring here needs to change. I didn't think of that. We need the waterfall thing. Ooh, that's gonna be hard to find. I'm sorry about the sneezing. I don't know what's going on. But there is a spawn flag here, and there's like a mission ring radius. Can we drag that in there? Yes, sort of. We do the waterfall set. Do we need to do like process material set value? These I never understood. GD script set GPU particle 3D parameter. Yeah. So process material will give you a material, then we can set. Yeah. Can we just use process material dot radius something? No, because we don't know what type it is. I think that works. That part works, but did we? Yeah, it's the same thing again, where we have to like kill this, open it up again, and then yep. Now we can just set the ocean size using this. One slightly smaller things. Oh, we need a global variable as well. That's the water radius. Because we hard code that in a couple of places. Ocean radius. Ocean radius. Float. Add. And that should be, we started out at 50 or something. Then we can use that thing and set it from here. I think it's like, is it engine or is it rendering, the render server? Set shader global. Shader parameter set, ocean radius R. That should work, and then we can go to shader editor and just use this in the two places where it's used. Water surface. Actually not used there yet, but it should be. Do global uniform float ocean radius, and then we look for the word 75 or the yes, this is it. I don't think there's it's in there in any other way. This controls you can see how it yeah, does this. Hello, ocean caches. You're almost in the game. I'm having a pretty good day. I'll admit it. I wonder about the water surface shader here, now that we're looking at it. It does seem like there's a scale to the where is it? Here is the material. UV scale here, where it's kind of a bit too small. We pull this into maybe 5. Oh, that's 55. To make it look, maybe it'll look too, I don't know. We'll see. Well, that looks pretty good, and it should give us like less, smaller something. Here is some weird Z fighting, or if it's some. There, did you see that little flash there? I don't know what that is. Cool. I think maybe the ocean should be bigger than this, but it's maybe 70 is a good value for. No, that's too much. It does depend on the seed on the rest though. Is it the ocean surface thing that's a bit slow? Absolutely. Well, thank you, MC Jorgen. What's up? So we can see 2 of these don't like extend down to the surface. That might be the next thing to tackle. Are we ready to commit this? Oh, I forgot one thing. Let's just not care. Let's just say graphical or visual tuning and configurable ocean size. Oh, ocean size. One of my favorite bands, by the way. Cool, let's check off our first thing. Ocean is not tall enough. Let's make sure we have tall enough oceans. These are supposed to be 100 units tall. Is that tall enough? Can we like fall through to the bottom? I think the ocean is not tall enough because this is not 100. Let's try it out. Let's just grab something and pull it down until we hit the bottom. So 100 is all the way down there. This is only 0.5. So we need to double the size of this to make the math make sense. Open up Blender. That was not Blender. I was searching for Blender. Here we go. I gotta double the height of our things. So these are the ocean cylinders that I just whipped up yesterday. My thinking is we scale from 3D cursor, it seems to be the center. Scale Z to should be good. Should be double the height now, I think. I guess we can just jump out of the edge and fall down and get like humongous speed. Not even that bad. That's okay. What is what are these versions of the songs? So we also have the inside cylinder, which should be like a little bit smaller. And it's also seems like it's not flipped. The material doesn't seem flipped. Which is one that's inverted. Flip normals. Can you actually flip normals directly in wait, what am I saying? Can you flip see the preview with normals in Blender? Blender show normals like in game engines. Blender turn on back face color. There we go. Render options panel. Properties render options panel. Is there a reason you're using an external mold for the cylinder instead of Godot mesh? Yes. I used to use a Godot mesh. But I need a surface that can wave. That's why I do it this way. The built-in one, I used to use that. It doesn't have the bevel on the edge here, and it doesn't have the thing there. Is it in here, like there? There we go. Now we can see properly what's going on. I don't know that I really like the like grid, whatever it's called, the griddy tops, because it's distorting quite a bit here. It might be better with rings, but I don't know. Joe Rebbe be good. Sup? Anyway. Learned a new thing there. It does look a bit like this is now too far out. So let's adjust the script that we did. It should probably be R. And then we do -1 on this instead. If that makes sense. 3D. Adjust our ocean radius. Yeah, we're gonna do like a proper like waterfall thing here. We need to fade it out towards the bottom, or like we need to do something. I really like Blender. It doesn't bother me at all. I used to use 3D Studio Max a lot back in the day, so I don't know what it is coming. Depending on where you're coming from, I like it. Used to drive me crazy. Did it? Yeah, a little bit. But these days I think it's pretty fine. So one thing yeah, let's save this. What is this version? Just imagine on the Amiga. Yeah, me too. Oh, that would be a thing, Balrog. Yeah. Great Atuin. I actually took out my Amiga from the basement, my old Amiga 1200. Maybe, I think it was last year. And I just put in a set of like different discs. And actually I did find some of my old Imagine and Real 3D stuff on there. And it was really bad. So I wonder if we want to commit this often. But I think this also makes it so that the ocean surface is visible from below. Can we just tweak the values since we're already here? Save us a round trip. The inside cylinder is very transparent. I don't think it should be. But I also don't think it should look like this. It should look like that and then be darker. Oh, this one also suffers from the same. We'll put this down at 5. Oh, Lightwave. Yeah, I remember that too. I remember like demo of Lightwave from some magazine or something. Could that have been it? I do feel like you can't see through this at all now, and I don't know why. Is it because this actually renders to the depth buffer and then things aren't showing up? Let's see if we can turn off Z writing. Depth draw never. Is that what we want? Does it look very different? Oh wait. Let's see how this looks in game. You die. That would be good. Our power company, state company back in the days, Vattenfall. Oh, they broke it. They messed up the power lines. They got 380 volts. Oh no. Oh shit. Did you get it on like insurance or something? So weird that some things just disappear. Now we can't see the top side at all. Or I guess we can, but so strange. It's possible that we don't want this because it kind of seems like it's overriding stuff. The inside cylinder should only show up if you're inside. That could be a thing. Does this look... No, wait. I've turned off the wrong thing. There we go. Hello, Biruta. What's up? Got money for it. Oh... Yeah, that's rough. Those machines, like the 4060, those were pretty expensive too. I don't know when this was. I don't know if you said the date, but I remember those being like leg and a arm and a little bit more than that. At least now we can see through the water. They're not distorting. Oh, I didn't think of that. They're not distorting the outlines of things, which makes the outlines not like... Yeah, we might want to do a tweak on this. Oh no, that's no worries, mind. More chat messages is a statistic, I guess, we can use. So yeah, the outlines don't match up because the depth buffer of course don't get perturbed by the surface shader. It looks weirdly different. I don't think it looks bad though, so I think we can just roll with it. But we want to show the inside only when we're inside of it. So we can fix that. The player can have a reference to this and just turn it on and off depending on if we are inside it or not. Just do this. Inside cylinder visible equals if we are below a certain level. Could be better to do it on the camera actually, now that I think of it. Because the camera will have a position, right? It's like movement, jump, aim, and then dash is under actions. Why? Whatever. Just have a reference here. We'll clean things up at some point. Should be a update camera here, somewhere around the end. Sure, let's do it here. Or inside cylinder visible is true if camera global position Y is less than 0. Potentially with some how many levels? Well, the levels are procedurally generated, so it depends on how you see things. I think I'm only gonna have one, but it's gonna be infinite variations upon it. But it's possible that one of the things that we want to do to like expand the game is add additional types of arenas, if you know what I mean. Like there might be one that's a lot more a lot bigger. Maybe there's one that's something else. I don't know. Let's see how it turns out. But you can see it's like they're kind of similar, all of these, but there's subtly different, so that you can't like learn all the nooks and crannies on something. Here's a thing to add to the list. Rail impacts stay in the air. Put your hands in the air. Put your hands up in the air. And so on. And looks ugly. So, I think this worked, although I'm not a huge fan of this cylinder. It looks kind of... It's kind of bad, doesn't it? And the problem also is, I think if we go to the materials, we can set render priority very late, so it happens like... So that these would get... that's the idea at least. 100... Yeah, it doesn't set that one. The particle systems seem to be rendered after the... And then here we have this issue. It shows and hides the particle system. Depending on where you're looking. It does seem to be an angle thing. Works all the way around, and then here it stops, and then it turns back on again. I don't know what that means. We'll fix it. What can we do with the inner water cylinder to make it look better? Wait, the priority makes it render later? What's the priority for the waterfall? Oh, do 70 on that. Now it's always going to be after. But you can't see through the water now, which is... Here's another thing, like, now we can't see the shots through the water. I don't get it. The water should be, like, not right into Z. And... I'm confused. Can you do minus? If I do this, all those things will work. Nope. And now you can see the shots, but the shots aren't perturbed by the waves. The waterfall looks like it's drawn on top, which it is. So I don't know what is the idea there. Why wouldn't it show up? Oh, I know why. It's sort of a technical thing, but I don't know how to this may be an unfixable issue, because the frame buffer that's available for the like waves to distort, like the things that look almost like a reflection or like it's below, distorting these. It also doesn't seem to be working, is it? It's not working at all. But that is based on the image that's sampling is the capture of the world before transparents were drawn. So this won't work. And since we can't see the damn it, I thought we had this under control. But no, this won't work. So we do that's why we did depth draw cull always before. That will make the outlines disappear through, and it also will make it so that bullets will not be visible. I don't know. So can I now I also cannot see the little glow that comes out of the thing on the side where it's available. Damn it. How are we gonna solve this? It's not a super easy thing to do. We could do it in post, but that means we have to like raycast the surface somehow. How the heck are we gonna do that? Or we could modify the engine so that it allows like a later, like a rendering the surface thing at a later date, so to speak. Don't like the look of that too. Well, see if we can tweak the way of the inside cylinder to look better. The first thing we could do is like make it really dark. One idea is to really only show the top part of this and ignore the bottom and such, and then just fade it out towards the edges. That could work. What is these? I think there's something to, if you want a dual in here, there could be something to it, but a lot of the mechanics don't really favor one-on-one. But the main mechanic of going above and below could be pretty fun, I think, if you set it up correctly. I wonder how hard it would be. So if we want to draw the surface, I guess the problem is we don't have the frame buffer copy early enough. So what we could do is like not render this at all. This is the thing that the renderer will be sent, and then at a post in a post pass, we would raycast in compute shader each pixel on the screen and check if the and calculate from the depth buffer and the camera information. We would calculate a world position. If that world position is below 0, and within a certain radius, we could apply some filtering to that. Like we could probably render the surface would probably be pretty easy to do. Would be harder to do like bump mapping. No, we have like, then we need to wave it. But yeah, that's just a thing. That wouldn't be impossible. And that would work on, yeah, and then we distort, read from that texture copy. We have a texture copy already. And just copy that again. We gotta copy that again. Ugh. They're pretty low res, so maybe it's not a big deal. So it would be possible, but for now we're just gonna try to make this look as good as possible here. How do we turn down, we increase the roughness a bit? That looks weird. Can we make it like a pink purple thing? That doesn't look good. That's probably what we want, roughly. we want to tweak it so that the value of specular goes down the further from the top we get, and then we lose some of this issue. So that should be a very simple shader tweak. So this is the water surface, and then we say like if we set specular to 0, we get this. So that's good. And then we just multiply this by do we have a world Y? We don't calculate the world. Yeah, we got world Y. This divided by something like 50. And then we probably should like make it abs. And then 1 minus, or we could actually move the clamp here to make it more readable. We probably should do the same with roughness. This is like float fade, or let's call it depth fade. And grab this thing. Now it becomes a bit better, I think. Have you ever heard of downstream rekey? I have no idea what that is. Is it a game or is it something else? This now looks a lot better, I think. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Another OBS plugin for streaming. It lets you keep a scene up regardless of other scene transitions. Okay. See, here we have a problem where these aren't shown here because this is reading from a texture where this doesn't exist. I think we're gonna have to do some cool stuff with that. It's completely off the wall. Yeah, never heard of it. I don't know. Oh, if we render this before, so let's say we do set it to -1. What does that mean? Does that mean we can see stuff through? Yeah, it doesn't matter then. It just won't be perturbed or affected by this. So here we should be seeing. No, we still can't see the thing early enough. Outside cylinder, inside cylinder. Render priority. -1. -2. Doesn't seem to be enough. So here we should be able to see. No, we're not seeing it. Even if we do this, like, why It's because it's drawing to Z then. Right. This is a... It's a problem. I don't think we can solve. It's still not solvable with this. Or is it solvable with this and... So I don't like how the top side completely disappears when you're below. I don't know. You can tweak the values somehow on the inside cylinder. Could turn the alpha down. Doesn't do anything. Tweak the distortion. Doesn't do anything. A lot of these I don't think are plugged in at all. That gives us something. Cup out and hide it. What? That's pretty good. Now we can see it, but not fully. Could it be even more transparent? Like here? Yeah, I think at some point we're gonna have to like raycast the freaking cylinder. It does seem like that. Or is that a lot more render expensive? Yes. But if we could force it to render some transparent objects later. Then we could get through it. So here, this little thing is not visible through. I don't know. The song is called 110 minutes, but it's only 2 minutes and 51 seconds long. You fade it. No. The problem is, like, if I have anything transparent that I want to see from either outside or inside, like something below here that I want to see, like all of the units that are on the reflected side, and I can never see those because they are rendered within the, like, this writes to Z to well, what if we didn't write? What was the problem with depth raw never? Right, it made the outlines show up, but we can that we can turn off. It also, is that because we have the inside cylinder? Yes. This is probably fine when we're playing. Let's look at it from playing. Because now I think we can see stuff through the surfaces. Yeah, you can still see that. But we can turn off if the problem is only the outline. This looks okay, just that the edge effects Can we see? Yeah, now we can see the reflections under there. That's pretty good. The edge effect is very overpowering now. Maybe we can turn that. Actually, this might be a good enough-ish solution. Now that we render these really. Actually, if we made this even earlier, doesn't matter. That's a little bit less, or it's. I mean, it's not solved. We still have the problem, but we can do another trick, which is not to draw the outlines on objects below the surface, which will work-ish. The depth thing is used here. We can just say that if should use it, but we do that anyway. We have the world position in here, I think. Actually, we do not have the world position in here. So that makes it a bit harder. The reason we don't have the world position is because we don't have the matrix. The view matrix. Or what we would use to... I think we actually calculate the position... I think we can just pass it along somehow. Maybe in city depth, or no, in water shader, I think we read the depth and then we can use that to calculate the world position. We don't really use it. Here it's just taking the camera, inverted camera, world depth, world position depth. Here is the thing we need. Inverted projection matrix. And a few things like that. Would give us what is NDC? Distorted UV. That's a screen UV with some modifications multiplied by camera and inverted projection matrix. It shouldn't be impossible. Why is my screen flicking? Make them taller. Is that Z? Not Z. I don't know. We're gonna redo this anyway here. I was thinking if we just knew the Y coordinate from the depth buffer, and then we could calculate the world position of the thing. and get rid of the outlines when you're looking at them through here, and that would strengthen the effect. You sort of don't see distortions when the outlines are there. Best thing would be to distort the outlines as well, but we can't do that because they're calculated much later, which would be possible if we did cylinder pass in between the dithering pass or whatever. Could be a fun Friday activity. Try to do some very simple raycasting thing per pixel here. Could be fun. We'll see. Let's see. Let's try to solve a few more things. That could be it. This part. That's fixed. Fixed issues. These are like under potentially raycast surface in compute shader. And these could go as children of that. But, come on. Tab. Okay, trying to make lunch plans on the other side of the screen there. It's also a thing we could do in here. There seem to be a few things. Yeah. Maybe it's the afternoon thing. We do. Yeah. This one, I think we solved sort of temporarily. Let's play for a second. But yeah, I really don't like how the distortion effect is undone by the outlines. There are two things to do. Either we do render the thing in post, which would allow us to also like distort stuff like the ghosts and stuff. That would look a lot better. I do feel like that could be a very good idea. Also, like there's supposed to be 2 passes here, but only one is really visible. Chuck, what's up? Do I have to like chat once to get the thing to disappear? No? Okay, never mind. Cool. Let's save. Thank you. Yeah, it's looking better, I think. Especially the underside looks better now. However, this doesn't look that good now. The outlines no longer get... But it is better in many ways. Like if I go on this side, things look kind of, you know, good. Is there a misalignment here? I think there is. Ocean radius should be 55. Oh, I know what's going on. We're not setting the ocean radius. We should do that when ocean surface is generated. Also, are we not... We're saving... Yeah, we just call set radius with the radius here in generation. That should fix the issues where we don't have the default saved at the right value and then we only set them in the editor and then we don't save them. This looks okay. I can see that line there is correct. Now you can see those enemies through the... You can actually shoot them, I think. But you can't shoot the... Cool. Did we commit? Did we push? No, I don't think so. No, it was push. Probably didn't... Yeah, we didn't say. Okay, cool. Let's take the small side project of hide, because this sort of solves a lot of our problems. Hide outlines when looking through surf. And the way we have to do this one is to figure out how to deconstruct the UV chords of the screen into combined with a depth lookup to a world coordinate, and then if we can deconstruct that, we can not draw outlines that way. And the way we need to do that is to pass along from the because I assume we're not gonna have access to like camera stuff in here in the straight in the GLSL. We gotta pass that in. We can do that as a push constant if we knew what it was. Let's take a look at quantization effect. And we have like our stuff here with a push constant, just push a bunch of things. Now we want to Godot get world position in post shader. I know there's an example in from depth. It's in here. Yeah, this is how we do it. We use screen UV, we can calculate, that's easy. That just, this turns it to be like center, yeah, no problem. And then we use the inverted projection matrix. And then we do this. So we need a camera matrix and inverted view matrix. Whoa. This is gonna be tricky to figure out because I don't understand the math and it's really hard to debug. We don't even have a reference to the current camera here. There's no like current or something. Print, get, we don't have viewport here. And this lives outside of the scene, so we have to like somehow get it. How do we do this? Even if we have the camera, let's just find the camera in the scene or something. Like get tree must. We don't even have that. You know what? Someone who does this is Bastian on the sun god rays. He calls sun this radial sun rays. This has got to be done in here. Somewhere in this camera? No camera reference. Can you get it from somewhere? Get view projection, view matrix, eye offset. You can get this from render scene data. Cool. Do it right here. These don't work because render C data is something else. maybe render scene buffers. Yes. We could do like print I offset here, and we'll get a bunch of prints if we turn it on. Get view projection in render scene buffer. It is render data somehow. P render data. This is it. This is it. Non-existent function get and render data. Okay, so what is this based on then? Get so how do they get it? Where's the render data? So you do P render data and then render scene data is the thing. Okay. I should have read better. Try it again. There we go, but the offset is 0. Is it also offset 0 if we do this? So the values aren't correct from what I can tell then. That's not good. Hello, Walk Too Tasty. Hello, Arif. What's up? So did they... I mean, we can probably... My guess is that also projection and view matrix are not correct either then. Those seem to do something at least. Yeah, those seem to be updating at least. Cool. So how do they push these values to the push constant? They don't. Are they just used to transform values, right? But we want the actual things. So what did we say we wanted? We wanted the inverted projection matrix and the camera matrix. And the camera matrix was what? I wish they... There's something... Yeah, here. We get the camera matrix from the inverted view matrix. We got inverted view matrix and inverted projection matrix. We should be able to pre-calculate that, send that in once. If we can get... Let's see if we can remember. inverted projection matrix and inverted view matrix. We got the view matrix. Can we get... And that is already the in... Is projection also changing, or is that only when... Yeah. Yep, that's the FOV and stuff. So if we do inverse on both those, and then we do like var camera, or like just like view some matrix. There's no matrix? What? What is it that comes out of this? The inverse here just returns a projection matrix. Let's see what it says it is. A 4x4 matrix. Create depth correlation. But yeah, so it is simply a matrix, which we can pass in some order. Let's check the example here again, if there's if any of these, I would say like that one or this. None of them seems to actually get a matte 4x4. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky. Can we multiply these matrices here? Transform 3D is a 3x4 matrix. Yeah, you can't do that. So I guess we gotta send them in, send both of them in somehow. It's like adding an extra matrix multiplication per... I don't know. So projection X should be a vector... Oh, this sucks. And now we have the problem of we also have to pack it in the right... We'll see. X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. It might be in another order, and then we gotta do this in another order. And it's a 4x4, so we probably need W as well, right? I know. The problem is I'm in GLSL and I don't have access to any of them, so I gotta do it myself. If you know how this works, is there a mat 4 by 4 or something? What is it called in here? Is something like that? Let's see if we can even make it like compile. That would be interesting. And it's not necessarily in this order. This is probably not going to work because we're not having the right size of the compute pipeline. Requires 96 bits. So this is we need to have the appropriate padding here. Just push back a bunch of zeros at the end. We've supplied 68. So now we got to add a whole bunch of these. Mat 4. How many did I supplied? 140. Oh. I'll just gonna guess until I get it right. I don't have math. So that's 2 less, I think. And I really hope we can add another push constant. Supplied 100. So is a float a 4-bit thing, I hope now? Okay, cool. So we have passed along one matrix. It does seem like mat4 did work. And then we're gonna pass on the other one, which is the view matrix or something. Or is it just a camera matrix? I assume view matrix do not have it's a transform now, so it's not transform is not a matrix in the same way. How do we get the it's a packed vector 3 array. No, that's should have once on the diagonal in the last column, yeah. We like, can we index into it or? So basis is the first 3 and origin is the last column. So which order are we sending these in even? I don't know. So this would be like basis. And then this would be X, Y, and Z. For X, right? More or less just guessing now. Why? The order, I have no idea. Is this gonna be the right order? So we're sending it. Yeah, I don't know. But the last one should be the origin. That should build ourselves a matrix for the view. Oh, of course we don't. So this is not going to be the right size now. We gotta. It needs 96, but we supplied 144. So I guess we can't pack all this information in one push constant. Or there might be another way of doing it. Wait, there's no uniform we can set instead of a push constant. Can we like add as an ID? So no. Need that. And even removing this is not going to be enough. It's like 116, so we need to strip some bytes out of this. If we want to... How much do we need to strip? Can we strip just that and just hit the 104? So not even stripping that would be enough. What about the projection matrix? Can we get away with less values in there? It seems to be like the diagonals. There's a lot of zeros in there. Can we have multiple push constants then? What if we had a much bigger push constant? What if we did like this? Will it like kick us to another size of push constant? No, it's still 96 bytes for push constant. Or wait, is it because we haven't saved that file? That's why it doesn't work. Let's try again. We didn't save the file, so that's where it gets it from. It needs 160 now, which I think is then going to be where we need to start pushing the zeros again. But I don't know how many, but it's easy to try. 48, like a few more. Ah, I hit it. Okay. So potentially we have two matrices, but F me if I knew if they were in the right order or even are the right values. It does look like that it was a projection and a view matrix, and I did invert both of them. So let's check the thing they think we should do. NDC is screen UV times or view the inverted projection matrix. That's what we're sending as projection. Let's take a look. Oh, this is even more difficult because I got twisting and shit in here and fisheye and stuff. Hey, Kev! Who knows stuff? I need somebody to drink. Be right back. This is gonna take some thinking. How did the stream go yesterday, Kev? What's up? Let's be... we're gonna have to simplify this, I think. So we're gonna actually get rid of all of this. And do some proper testing here. So we're gonna need out UV. I'm sure about that. Let's start here, and then we're gonna need a color to store the color. Let's just do like, it's a vec 3, I think, to store the color. Color is gonna be vec 3 0 1 0, fully green. Step 1. It's too angry. How angry can you be? Quantize this? No, it's this. No. Should this be a vec 4? That's very green. We have a green. It is green. So now we can start getting the screen UV from something. Should be a vec 2. Screen UV is out UV divided by image size, I think. Come on. Come on, fingers. What? I didn't save before I... Depth is undeclared, of course. So we're gonna need depth. We can get the depth from here. The depth UV, which is actually the same as screen UV now that I think of it, right? The only thing I want to make sure is this is a vec 2 starting from this. Can we do this? So it's not like an integer division there. Then what is depth? Depth is received by, it's a sample. This is like texture or something. Where the heck is it? Sample depth. But sample depth is the function I wrote, right? And it's this weird thing. This is what we want. So depth is this value, but it's screen UV. And then we got NDC, which is something. We're still getting green, right? Yep, green. Stream went great. Made some folding paper. Nice. First level. Nice. Glug. I want glug too. That's good. Glühwein or whatever you call it in English. So what is NDC and how do I visualize it? That's something. It's something. So we need to take inverted projection matrix now. And then linear depth is view minus z. Oh, there's so many steps here. But this should be like params dot these are like inv. But it's the view matrix we want now first, I think. But this is not gonna work. No, that's the projection. View is projection. This is still showing me more or less this. Sweet, literally, yeah. And then the last step then. Give me the last step now. World is camera times inverted projection matrix times NDC, and world position is world XYZ, world W. Whoa. Mouthful. So we don't have camera, but camera is inverted view matrix. We need params, of course, on both. Wait. Was it view that they... No? Where does view come in then? It's just view... I don't know. Is this right though? What do we have? World inverted view matrix times inverted projection matrix times NDC. But where the, so we know the linear depth, but we're not using it. We're not really using this. Right? This is not used to get the position. Really? Ow. Hard to tell if this is anything I've used. There, something is going on here. I could see like just like this should be a very like visible view. If we zoom in on the player, for example. And we look down this. Oh, wait. It might be that this camera doesn't report. Yeah, it should. It should. Because we're doing this. But now it might be that we need to shuffle the order of these. I think the projection was correct. It did look like that translated into the NDC part. So NDC is screen UV, blah blah blah. That NDC looked correct, but at that point we also didn't use the inverted projection matrix, so that might have been entirely wrong. Yes. So GLSL push constant matrix order. Mat 4. They don't say. The problem is we have two things. So can someone just tell me? Chat GPT, you can tell me. Which order is GLSL push constant matrices in? The order of matrices, including push content, follow column major order by default. This means that when specifying or accessing matrix elements, the column index precedes the row index. For example, in a 4x4 matrix, the element on the third row and the second column. Okay, so column is first, which means what for this? The only thing I can think is to just reverse the order of these. So we just move those there. And here I think we need to do like X, Y, X, and so on. It's the same here, really. But then the but then I think origin should come in as the third element here. Like that. That might be it. But see? There is something to this where we don't see even a little bit Oh, it. We haven't saved. Can we put in like, let's hide the level. That doesn't like change the screen one bit, which makes me think it doesn't really work. Might be the opposite order of these two. Just trying to do launch plans on the left of the screen, but no answers. So how can we even start to think whether or not this is correct or not? One second. Their lunch plans. What worried me a bit it sort of doesn't seem like it takes the depth into account. I think the depth is just wrong. It might be maybe we should pass in linear depth here instead of. It would be cool if we just did like linear depth here to debug. No, absolutely not. NDC undeclared. What? Oh, it's. It's black. Is that because depth is not correct? Is it because it's not negative? Hard to tell. If we do sample depth, we're gonna get a non-linear version of the depth buffer. Should we do linear depth divided by or multiplied by the something value? It doesn't seem to have a depth buffer at all. If we did do POW 10 on depth, let's just do depth times this. Does it get destroyed by the thing? Always got something. So if we just do POW depth 10, we should be getting something that looks like a depth buffer. I don't see it. So what is going on then? Is the screen UVs not correct? That seems correct. Wait, we're not showing the level. That might be why it's so strange. This is very red. So if we divide it by 100, we get a less red. It's still, it does something, but I don't know, 10? The value might be like negative or something. No. But POW depth 10, I remember being visible. Yeah, you can start to see a little bit of the thing here. If you do POW depth 10 divided by 5, and then we raise it even higher to get a higher contrast. Lower. You can see the beginnings of something. But this is not gonna give us a linear depth buffer, right? The POW there is just not gonna give us the right values to plug into things. So I wonder if the depth that comes in here is different somehow. What do we do before? We know that the UVs are correct, at least. That's a good start. Because it is like perfectly matching the thing. We sample the depth, and I don't, in this case, I don't care about the linearity of the buffer. But we know that the depth image gets sampled somehow. If you just think about the values, like what could the values be to be visible if you POW them by this? Can we plug this in here and get a value, something that looks like something? It is black. I think the gun thing is just that shader I use for this. Yeah, linear depth, I guess the problem is the fact that it changes the entire screen when I do this makes me think that linear depth has the wrong matrices applied to it. We try flipping the order. Maybe I did that wrong. But more likely we're passing the matrices wrong. Could be like this. How would we even validate this? Oh, there's something here. Is it that the linear depths are negative? Let's try positive. I think it's still wrong, but it might be whatever, and even maybe the inputs aren't correct. We could also try, what if there's something wrong with that padding there? So instead of, we'll put these at the start instead of at the end. Also, I think these are two 4x4, and we're saying 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess, yeah. XYZ, 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 XYZ. I don't think this matters, but no, I think it's the same. The gun is tripping us up by having weird Z values. We could try just playing and see if we see anything in this. No, it's just the gun being what it is. So I bet the ordering is wrong like this. Let's try again and revert this. Change we did. Maybe this goes. We'll have to. It can't be that many different orders, right? If we can just brute force try it. Make sure we. I guess it doesn't matter if we just change it here to be immediate. But wait. Oh, these are 3 sets of 3, and these are 4 sets of 3 sets of 4, and this is 4 sets of 3. These are both. The view matrix is what? It's a transform, which is the 4x3 thing. And I say in the code, this is a 4x4, and this is a 4x4. So I'm missing one here. Is there a W in here? There is. Hello, Cupcake. I've never listened to this before. It's okay. But this one now lacks one. It should be like 001 or something. 0. It's something like this, or this should be all ones. Okay, we have too many. Pipeline requires 160, but we supplied 188. Let's get rid of all these and see if we can find the 48. Okay, so then we gotta add a few. I don't know what the size of these are. I think they're 4. Okay. So now at least, I don't know. I guess we should probably ask Bastion. Missed one projection Z. I did. You're right. Thank you, Eagle Eye. Means I should remove one here, I think. I'll ask. Just gonna ask someone about this. while I think Bastian is sleeping, I guess we'll trial and error a few more. It does seem like we have the right amount. Are we also sure we want the invert? Let's double check all our shit here. So first of all, they want us to read the depth. We do that for sure. And then they say get NDC with depth. Which is not using any. Yeah, convert the NDC to view space by multiplying NDC by inverted projection matrix. We do this. It's confusing to have multiple text editors. But we'll manage. And if we just said push out the NDC here, we said that that did look correct. I think. The Z. But what about view? Does view look correct? Nope. Yeah, this does something. What if it was divided by 100? Won't you look at that? That probably means that the projection matrix is correct, right? Or the inverted projection matrix. Because now we are actually using one of the matrices. And the linear depth should be minus something. This still not so much. So can we take? Is it the view matrix and just multiply the view with that to get it back from view into? Not really. What does this mean for view then? It could be that just something is inverted. Yeah, we need to take our coordinates in view space, which does seem to have the Z coordinate in there correctly. Because we get darker the further back something is. So I guess this gives us the a coordinate somehow in what space? The view space. Maybe we divide this by if we ignore Z, let's put that in as 0. And then we divide by screen image size. Do we get image size XY maybe? It's very angry with me. I was hoping that would give us like perfect. I think the problem is this guy. Let's just leave this at something that works, sort of. I don't know if it's just like 1,000 or something. And is it scaling the? Yeah, it's there's something to it, but I don't know what. Okay, so we more or less know that the projection matrix works. Now we want to multiply both these things with NDC, and then we'll get the world position. Left hand type. Oh, NDC is a vec3 and it wants a vec4. Now we get pure black instead, which I don't understand. Let's check the docs again and see if we did the exact correct thing. So, because the camera is facing the -Z, negative Z negate view Z. Did we do that? Yes. It gives us the linear depth, okay? The world position can be constructed from the depth buffer using the following code. Note that the inverted view matrix is needed to transform the position from view space into world space. So it needs to be passed through the fragment shader with a varying. Sure. So if camera is inverted view matrix, it should be inverted view matrix times inverted projection matrix. So this is the wrong order. And then we multiply that by vec4 that, and then position is that. This is exactly how they wrote it. But we still get darkness. Which might be whatever reason. But most likely it's because some of these matrices are not correct. let's toy with it. I would guess if we're passing each component of the basis matrix like this, like I'm not even sure that is the same thing. So there's nothing. Everything is black. Is there a 0 somewhere where there shouldn't be a 0 that's killing it? Can you access stuff like this? We gotta learn about things then, it seems. Could it be something as simple as we shouldn't invert the cam transform? Or possible that the cam transform is not the view matrix? There's a cam projection and a view projection. Could be that it shouldn't be inverted. That does something. I think it should be, so... Strange how these seem very similar. But now it does seem like if it's at infinite distance, it looks a lot like, say we're looking like down X. It's darker there, now we're looking at X is red and blue is just the depth, I guess. So we're looking down, Z is increasing. If we're looking up, it should be bluer. No, wait. Up and down should be green. I don't know. Can someone tell me what the view matrix is? What is a view matrix in GLSL terms? Do you know? Do you know this stuff, Hadouk? Like I know sort of what a view matrix is, but I don't. Can we just print? Don't remember. Atrix? Doesn't help that my keyboard is like not cooperating. So when I move these around, we get 3 values that I think are the rotations of the camera. And then if I print also the origin, we should get the position of the camera. Let's see if this makes any sense. Let's say we put the camera really close to the center and turn off the thing. Do we have a small number? It's like 0, 8, 0, 1, minus 4, minus 1. Yeah, that seems about right. I think the center is like here. We got very close to 0 numbers. Y is negative, and if we move up, Y becomes more positive. So this is... Wait, what's going on now? Things are showing up in our thing. And they're actually matching up. So, what's that about? This must mean that something is correct. This is that some value is really, really not correct. Like the scale of the Y or the scale of the depth is really wrong. Or we should subtract some camera position. Maybe the position should just be not inverted. What if these were just like... It's doing something, but it feels like the depth values are just screwed up somehow. Sometimes also it looks like things are upside down. Yeah. Something just isn't right. I mean, something. It is as lunar as... it's like maybe we should subtract the view position from the world position. There was some mention of that in the... pass through the fragment shader with the varying. Dude. So each... we need a 0, 0, and 1 here, right? Or maybe just ones. Because these are supposed to be 4x4s. That should take us into... It's not correct, but it's somehow related to the real deal. There's some shearing like there's something. Maybe these should be. Should Z be... Try 0. That seems wrong. Maybe 0 here. I don't think that's right. Yeah. Kind of hard to tell. Just make sure it's not something that's weird with I can't tell. What could cause that? I do feel like this should be 1. We're never passing in. Is there a basis W? There's not, right? Does it entirely go away if we flip the order of these now? This looks even more correct. It still seems like it's not the world position we are working with here. There's still something view-y around with this. The world position, if it worked, should be like around 0. There should be like a little color, and then all the directions should just explode. That's not what's happening here. Check the docs again. So it's like inverted view matrix times projection matrix NDC. View matrix, projection matrix, and we did turn back cam transform to inverse. If we didn't, what would that mean? It's still changing when we're rotating, which it really shouldn't. And we got that weird diagonal. We could try again, like we probably need to write down what we've tried because this is getting kind of crazy. There's too many combinations of stuff. But is this in any way closer to what we just had? Hard to tell. Can we pop this out usefully in this? Oh, it goes behind. Let's try this. So this combination, but push all the ones down, no, and intersplice the origins as the last column. That looks odd. What am I looking at here? I'm not even seeing the... oh! It's not correct, that's for sure. Okay, we try this, but invert all the bases things. Oh wait, let's try these with zeros here. Because usually if the last row... maybe not. Let's try... wait, is it inverted now? This is the closest thing we've had. Is it still dividing by something here? Adjust world position. Let's make sure that is what we're looking at. Yeah. This is very close. It looks like there is something here, just that... Are we also using... we're using depth, not linearized depth or anything like that. Also, it does seem to change with the rotation, which is not correct. So now we go and reset this. It does look like we have a horizon or something. Okay, so now we switch these back. But then we're back, we must be back to something we already tried. It's not correct, for sure. This is just... maybe it isn't cam transform. This is the thing. No, view matrix from camera. Okay, I don't know. Maybe we are trying to, because we are pushing in the origin as the third argument, and we're multiplying by that. Maybe we shouldn't do it that way. Maybe it should be a 4x3 matrix, and then we should have a vec3 that's the camera position or something. If it doesn't like that, how come? Is that in this? High temp 58. Can you potentially back? 58. I guess we have to pack this matrix with 0, 0, 0, 1 as the last one to make it work, instead of here's the origin as the last part of this. Let's not do that. Instead, let's do even rear. We got too many now, so let's reduce the packing. Supply at 164. Is it 4? We should get rid of these now. Is that what the second? Now we got 148. This is like the developer experience of this. Not the best. Now we got 164. That's one too many. I think a float is 4. I mean, now we're looking straight down X, which means it's definitely not right, that's for sure. And this is still inverse. OpenGL, create view matrix. So this is heavy. With era. Nice. Doesn't really show us what the matrices look like. Oh, it's too much reading. Memory layout. I like this. Right up, forward, and position. That does sound like it is actually like XYZ basis for this. And then it does, and this is OpenGL or something, right? They do it differently in convention. First column represents the right vector. The first column if this is the columns, it should be. We should have this like this instead. If it's column by column. I mean, it looks like it's honestly pretty close to. But if it isn't like this, instead it is like this, where we'll get a 4x4. No, it's a 3x4. But then maybe this should be in the other order. We're getting this weird thing. But then if it's in the other, let's just think. So if it is, we want to pack into the 4x4 matrix, and if it is, it should be 001 as the last thing. If it I mean, if we say we define it row like that, it should be right X, up X, forward X, position X. Let's do that first. So then we could be getting rid of this. So it's right X, up X is Y X. So now we need to this is how row by row would look. This would be 001. And this looks like, I don't know even. No, this does look wrong. This looks very similar. I don't get it. Could we change something in here that would... We got the camera position. We could... I mean, we could put that in there just for funsies. Could be these three... I think that should be these 3 rows there. But we don't really use this. Is this even like the view matrix? This weird inconsistencies makes me think this is not how we pass the values. If we want to put it in the other order, it should be like this. Because there is no W here, right? But if it... Oh, my brain is burning up. So if it's like... The order is right X, right Y, right Z, 0. And then these are in the other order. So it's like right XYZ 0. Right. No? Right XYZ 0. Left XYZ 0. ZXYZ 0. And then position XYZ Z1. And this it wants fewer. What did we change? We added This is not correct either because yeah, I think we're unfortunately it looks like we might be screwed. Um Cuz I don't understand how this goes. I mean, the problem could be anywhere, and it's like too many things to hit the correct. Everything might be correct, but it's like the depth is in a different format than what it's expected. That doesn't seem to have any effect. I don't even know that these are coming in the right variable, to be frank. Maybe if it's supposed to be an inverted one, it should be like this or something. I don't even know what that means. I mean, this looks semi-close. What if we invert it in here instead and just hope for the best? Let's not inverse it here. And then when we use it, we invert it. I still think it's likely that it should be 001 here. And it is the view matrix that's the problem. So invert or inverse. Probably means it is. I mean, something here is just like very close to true now. It does still seem to be view dependent, not, because if I move this to the right, Let's set it to look down that direction perfectly. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go have some lunch and then Ellscafer, and then I'll be back. Let's see if someone wants a raid here. Pirate. Pirate has too many. I don't know. Anyone doing like Godot? Bevy Jam? Bad cop. Let's go.
What if I do something more?
Oh, I remember.
Do you like horrifying?
Oh, this sound. Oh, is this the person who did the chatty thing? Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll be back after lunch, I think, unless something else comes up. We'll see. Be nice. Hugs.
How was your stream? We're doing a little bit of React code here. Can't say I'm having a great time doing it, but whatever. Struggling with matrices and compute shaders. I've never done a compute shader. What were you? Oh, okay, you gotta run.